Island hopping takes on a whole new meaning when you're jumping around Papua New Guinea, helping all the people there. We're going to find out more on this episode of In the Hangar. Hello everyone, this is a special episode of In the Hangar. We're on location at the Flying Eyes booth at Airventure. I'm Dan Millican.
And I'm Christy Wong. Today's episode is brought to you by our amazing sponsor, Flying Eyes Sunglasses. Making Dan look cool since
a long time ago now. And we're also sponsored by Colton Mortgage, Colton Taking Off, and Marshall Protective Services. Now, I'm really excited about this episode, Christy, because I've been following this YouTuber's channel for some time, and he's on the other side of the world most of the time, but now he's here at Airventure. Ryan from Missionary Bush Pilot. Ryan, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Okay, first of all, is it Papua New Guinea, Papua New Guinea, or
Papua New Guinea.
Papua? Okay,
They
so
say it too fast.
I can't. Yeah.
Papua New Guinea.
Papua,
Just say it fast and you don't know
Papua
what
New
they're
Guinea.
saying.
Okay.
Like
I just want to make sure I get it right. I don't want to get it wrong. So.
Yes. Do you guys even know where it is?
I do.
It's out in the Pacific Ocean, like near Australia somewhere.
Right
Yep.
above Australia.
See, there you go.
Just north and
See?
Yeah.
I can be taught.
Well, and we found out, we talked to, I don't know which episode was her first now, so we talked to Samaritan Aviation earlier on the show. So
Awesome.
Yeah, and then they got all those 206s. But you fly a Kodiak.
Yeah.
Now, tell me exactly what you've been doing in PNG.
Well, we actually fly, our organization is Ethnos 360, and we fly our own missionaries 99% of the time. So we're flying them out so that they can work full-time in these remote locations that we fly to share the gospel with them. So we are their supply line. We fly out like their food, their kids, any supplies that they need so that they can live out there full-time, because some of these places are like a 4-day hike to the nearest road.
That's
Wow.
crazy. Okay, is it a Kodiak on floats?
No, it's not. We're into mountain airstrips.
Okay, that's actually pretty cool though.
He's been landing at some of the most sketch airports, airstrips, grass that you've ever seen. I mean, he'll go in. I watched one video where you said you had to do an overfly because last time you'd gone, they hadn't mowed it, and they had to get the sheep out or whatever to get it shorter.
Yeah,
Oh
sometimes
my.
they have to cut it by hand, and it takes them a week, and by the time they get to the end of their 1,600 feet, the other end's already growing back up, so they have to get back. It's a huge pain.
So what drove you then to film these adventures and then post them to YouTube?
Honestly, I had an Amazon business, and it was like right at the time COVID came out, and I was kind of wanting to get out of it. So I wanted to have, and I did videos and things for that, and I wanted to have another creative outlet. So I knew, I was like, well, I don't really want to do motorcycle videos because they take so much time.
Right.
I could do this at work, and then I could just put the videos together on the weekend and have something fun to do. And after I started, I was like, oh, it's actually more fun. It's not even really the type of videos I watch. Like, I wouldn't want to watch these because they're so long. But I know there's a lot of other people that do, and they enjoy seeing a different aspect about aviation, and I enjoy being able to share that and my passion with others.
Yeah, I was going to say, like many of us, this is a creative outlet and it helps drive our passion.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Well, I think that people, there's a lot of flying videos out there now. It's inundated, but yours are a lot different because not everybody, their everyday flying is island hopping in Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, exactly. I think the first ones I saw was I think Steve-O One Knievo or something down in Florida, and I saw how many subscribers he has, and I was like, man, people are watching this stuff. People are actually interested in just seeing
Right.
an operational flight. So I was thinking, man, we do something so different from what people have ever seen before. I was like, if people are watching things in the States, then people would probably like to see something in a completely different culture and just a different way of flying too.
How did you become a missionary pilot?
I grew up as a missionary kid, so I was already kind of well versed in the how to go about and who to contact and things like that. So I just did everything else. I did all of my pilot training just through freelance instructors and stuff. Got my A&P as well and worked as a mechanic for a few years. And then when I went to get with the mission, they have a technical evaluation. So you go down there for a week and they just evaluate your flying and your technical skills as well. So once you've passed that, then you go through 9 months of training with them, where you're only flying a couple of months, but then also doing maintenance projects as well. So
that's cool.
It's a long process.
Are you also an E&P?
Yes. Yeah. I've worked as a mechanic for like 3.5 years before going overseas, but since overseas, I haven't done anything.
Gotcha.
Oh,
okay.
really? Okay.
Yeah, it's just too busy.
I was going to say, you'd think that would come in handy.
20 years ago, yes.
Okay.
Like, with like the
That's fair.
206s, 185s, that kind of era, it was a different way of flying.
Gotcha.
And now
With
we're
the
just too busy.
PT6 and stuff like that. I mean, that's a major deal anyway.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what are your guys' greatest needs right now?
Our greatest needs over there are pilots and mechanics.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yes, we are always hurting for pilots and we're always hurting for mechanics. So
And what does it take to be a pilot in the mission?
not as much as you would think. You need to have like your commercial, your instrument, and 300 hours PIC is what our mission is requiring right now, as well as an A&P mechanic. But if you come as a professional pilot already, we will take you because we need pilots more than we need somebody who's dual rated, because honestly, I haven't done anything but take off a couple inspection panels, to be honest. So we really are looking for people who have professional experience coming into the field so that they can get into this very different way of flying. It's not something, I mean, I never flew around mountains in Oklahoma. So it was
That's fair.
like flying out there, a whole new way of weather, instrument flying, and there's a big learning curve once you get there, for sure.
Okay. What if somebody actually wants to do this, if they find their calling to come and do that, how would they find you to apply for this position?
They could look on ethnos360aviation.com, and they have all the information and who to contact there that can link them up with someone that would be able to give them a lot of advice and the direction that they need to go in the next steps.
Was it hard for your family to make this leap? Because tell me what you go through. I mean, you guys are over there for a set number of time, then you get a set number of time off. I mean, how does it work?
Yeah, so I would not recommend this way of life unless your spouse is 100% on board. Otherwise, it will be miserable. But thankfully, my wife, we met at a Bible college both wanting to go to overseas missions to begin with. So it was easy in that respect. My kids love living over there. But we live overseas for a 4-year term and then come back for a year of home assignment where we reconnect with our churches, family, and then raise up more sponsorship to basically go back. So it's not a life for everybody, and to be honest, it can be very hard at times too, living out of your own culture. Like, people don't really realize it until they're for long periods of time away from their culture. It's wearing sometimes.
Oh, I believe it.
How did the parent organization react to you becoming a YouTube star and putting their stuff out there?
That's mixed. I would say that overall, they really enjoyed being able to get the exposure and just in missions in general. But then there's just a lot more of just concerns, kind of like back-end concerns of just like, oh, you know, what if you did something wrong? Or then it would put them under the, you know, like the scope or something like that. So I'm very, very cautious on what I show, what I say, just making sure that every castle rule is followed to the T kind of thing. So, because, yeah, I don't want to have to put them under the gun for anything.
All right, final question. Do you have any like crazy stories or anything that sticks out in your mind where it was like, so there I was flying along and all of a sudden like the engine died?
Thankfully, I don't have any like that. There's some crazy things that go on, but thankfully nothing is directed towards us. Like, honestly, like pilots in Papua New Guinea are like rock stars and like the race car drivers. But yeah, it's definitely a different culture over there from America, and it's a big jump for someone to move over there and start learning that culture for sure.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
All right, well, Ryan, thank you so much for taking your time today to fly all the way from Papua New Guinea to be on the show.
Just to be on In the Hangar, thank you.
That's exactly. Well, thanks for having me.
And thank you guys for watching In the Hangar. Remember, we're sponsored by Flying Eyes. You get 10% off if you use the discount code TAKING OFF, all caps, one word. You can do that online at flyingeyesoptics.com, or if you're here at Airventure, you can use it at the booth and they'll honor that. And we're also sponsored by Colton Mortgage, coltontakingoff.com, and Marshall Protective Services.
We appreciate everybody for watching and for supporting our channel. Like, subscribe, and share if you appreciate our content, and we'll see you next time.
In the Hangar.